Hello friends, Jen here from Pause23, Purple and Gray Haired Nana with your Fearless Friday words of today. Do you ever find yourself questioning some of the relationships that you're in, whether it's a friendship, a work relationship, even within the family? It doesn't have to be your life partner, your romantic, your sexual relationship. But do you ever notice, or do you ever wonder if the relationship you're in is a healthy one? Is it bringing good into your life, or is it actually blocking you or causing you to have self-betrayal, like I discussed earlier? So today we're going to talk about being fearless in our acknowledging and in our what we allow for relationships, I guess really is what I'm trying to say. So what we allow in our space. So fearless love, breaking through relationship barriers. Again, friends, this is every type of relationship. We have so many types of relationships in the span of a day. And sometimes we just kind of settle and we don't really look at what's going on. So today I want to encourage you to take a look at what is going on in your relationships, all right? So let's first talk a bit about why we're scared of that. Why does that bring us fear? Is it fear of being alone? Is it judgment from others for actually having boundaries and following our own morals and our own passion, our own purpose? Scared of what people are going to say? The uncertainty of change. Maybe this is a relationship that you've been in for a long time. Maybe it's with a family member, and we always say you have to have relations with your family. Well, that's nice if you can, but if it's hurting your health and if it's stopping you from living your true authentic life, then maybe that fear is something you need to look at overcoming and putting bigger boundaries on those relationships. So bottom line is that, friends, we all deserve to be surrounded by relationships that uplift us and that support us. Some days are going to be harder than others, but overall, if the general feeling of a relationship is one that brings you down, one that doesn't let you be happy, one that doesn't allow you to be yourself, maybe that's an unhealthy relationship. So let's take a look at what it means to have a healthy relationship. So with a healthy relationship, again, you want to have open communication. You want to be able to speak freely about what is on your mind and have that person hear you out. Sometimes that's difficult if we have opposing views on things, or if we're coming from different backgrounds. We're going to have different understanding of life in generally. Our experiences in life to date really set the tone and set the background for how we understand things. Maybe that person's experience is different. So open communication is definitely a key factor in a healthy relationship. And along with that open and honest communication comes mutual trust and respect for each other. Okay, so sometimes I think people get tied up in the fact that if somebody goes against what you're saying, it's okay to be disrespectful, or if somebody doesn't trust quite like you do, that it's not okay. But things are different, but you still have to have that mutual trust and respect regardless of what your backgrounds are. Healthy relationships are built from a place of equality and balance. So one person isn't always doing the work, and we always want to say relationships are 50-50, but that's not always true. Sometimes one partner is going to be pulling a little bit more. They're going to be required to do a little bit more. If we're on the downside, the partner's going to be on the upside. And that's the ebb and flow of life in all relationships, is that there's going to be high times and there's going to be low times, but it's about learning to find that balance and getting okay with having the ups and downs, and what is okay for you in your relationship as far as the balances and the ups and downs. Because both partners should contribute with decision making and responsibilities, those kind of things, there does have to be a balance. One person can't be holding all the weight. Eventually it's going to lead to resentment and just an unhealthy relationship. So again, with the healthy relationship, support and empathy during the good times and the bad times. And sometimes that's really hard to have support and empathy when things are hard, when life is rough, when you feel down, when you feel that the world is crumbling around you. It is sometimes hard to give and to receive support, but in a healthy relationship, you're going to find ways to do that in the big picture. Again, there's always going to be days that it's not going to be quite as cozy and comforting as others, but on a whole, a healthy relationship is going to have a better balance of that. And then independence and autonomy. This is something that I've struggled with for a long time, is how to be in a relationship with someone. This is, I think, more for your life partner relationship, your spouse, your significant other. Is being in a relationship and finding things to do as a couple, but also not losing who you are as a person. It's okay to each have your own likes and dislikes and to be supportive of those, but it's also important too to have things that you enjoy doing together. But it's important to keep you as you in this relationship and don't lose yourself and completely blend into the mold of what the other person is. Okay, so that's just a few points. There's many, many others, but this is just kind of, again, a little seed, hopefully to encourage you to dig a little deeper if you're kind of questioning what's going on. So let's take a look at some of the unhealthy, that's my hand right up. There's some of the unhealthy points in relationships. So it's kind of the opposite of everything I've just said for the healthy, but it's constant disrespect, it's manipulation, lack of trust, or emotional and physical abuse. Obviously, those are red flags. Get the hell out. That is not a healthy relationship. So you need to take a step back and reevaluate what that means. So once you've recognized that perhaps maybe there is a few more unhealthy things and you're willing to accept in this relationship, what do you do then? That's kind of where the fear comes in. It's one thing to kind of have that feeling in our gut or to know flat out, hey, this is not a healthy relationship. What am I going to do? So again, it's not the end all be all. It may simply be just communicating with said relationship partner that, this isn't working for me. I don't feel right about this. Can we talk about this? Can we look at, I need to set a few more boundaries. I feel like I'm being taken advantage of, or I feel like I'm giving more than I can right now. And communicating those needs from a place of love, but also assertively. So you have the right to stand firm in what is okay for you in these relationships. And embracing self-love and self-care is crucial, because you're going to be pushed to the limits. You're going to be confronting something that perhaps may not go as smooth as you want when you're dealing with unhealthy relationships. That's okay. That's where you need to be grounded in yourself. You need to be rooted. You need to be super, super gentle with yourself as you figure out how to deal with this unhealthy relationship and what options can be done. Self-compassion in this time too is super, super crucial. Remind yourself this is new. Okay, you've come across something that you realize is not working in your life, and maybe this is new for you. Maybe this is something that you haven't done before, standing up for yourself. So be gentle, be compassionate, and just know that it's going to feel odd. It's going to feel uncomfortable. You might get resistance. You might get pushback. But if you're doing and you're standing and you're being kind in what you're saying, that these are your non-negotiables in a relationship, that's what you need to learn to do. That's what we need to practice doing. All right. And by gosh golly, guys, it's not going to be easy, but by gosh golly, guys, you have it in you if this is what you want out of life. If you want to take back, and if you want to be able to live your true authentic person, your true authentic path of what you're here to do, sometimes we have to do the hard stuff. And the more times we choose to do the hard stuff becomes a little bit easier each time. Okay. So the other thing that's helpful is surround yourself with people who are in healthy relationships. Surround yourself with people that are going to give you support and are going to give you maybe a little bit of courage and a little bit of a confidence boost when maybe it's lacking because setting boundaries is so new for you. So, again, this is just a quick little blurb on how to fearlessly look at our relationships and how to set boundaries and break out of that fear of losing a friendship, fear of losing a relationship, fear of whatever those fears are. Stop letting those fears block you from living the life that you have. Stop letting those fears block your path, okay? Turn those fears around, build your confidence up, start manifesting what you want in your life. Start believing you deserve, my friends. So, fearlessly examining and removing unhealthy relationships from your life is not something that's going to come easy. Okay, it's going to take an act of self-care and strength. And the one thing I need you to know is that when you practice doing these things, the rewards of living authentically and speaking your truth and being surrounded by people that get you, by people that understand you, and by people that support you, that is what your journey is all about. And friends, when you start to do that, when you learn to live fearlessly, it becomes a little bit easier each time. So little steps, my friends. So that's your Fearless Friday for today on relationships. Be sure to check out, I have a podcast on healthy and unhealthy relationships. I'll put a link in the comments or somewhere below, depending on where you're getting this at. And as always, if I haven't asked you to yet, please like, subscribe, share if you think somebody could hear these words and maybe benefit from them. Okay, make it a great day. Drop me some comments. Let me know maybe some other things that you've done or that you've realized as far as the unhealthy relationship and how you've taken the change and taken the courage and started living fearlessly. Make it a great day, friends.